Friday, the NSCAA brought you a Pac-10 women's soccer as UCLA defeated USC 2-1. On Sunday, the West Coast Conference was showcased as number 14 Santa Clara hosted number 2 Portland. We'll bring you highlights from the Pilots and the Broncos, and we'll get you up to speed on the rest of women's college soccer and this week's edition of the NSCAA Women's College Soccer Review. Hello, everybody. I'm Dean Linke, along with my broadcast partner, Kendra D. St. Alban. Welcome to Santa Clara Buck Shaw Stadium. Getting ready for a big-time matchup between Santa Clara and the number 2 team in the country, the Portland Pilots. And not only are they the number 2 team in the country, but they are a goal-scoring machine. 69 goals already.
Actually, the top goal-scoring team in the country right now. And, of course, they have Danielle Foxhoven, also one of the top leading scorers in the country. And, unfortunately, for Santa Clara, they are out with one of their marking backs, their best marking backs on the team, and Jenny LaPont. She's not going to be in this game, so it's going to be an interesting matchup.
Santa Clara led by Jerry Smith in his 23rd season now, looking for his 20th trip to the NCAA tournament. But last year he didn't make it. This team was decimated by injuries. Most of those players are back, and he's got them back in the top 20.
You're right. They had 5 medical redshirts last year, mostly juniors and seniors. So head coach Jerry Smith said they lost leadership, they lost skill, and they lost a lot of their experience out on the field.
Obviously, a win tonight for either one of these two teams could mean a WCC title, and Portland probably the front runner.
Portland absolutely a front runner, not just for the WCC title, but how about for an NCAA championship? They have 2 already in their season, in their history, and it's going to be an incredible game today.
All right, this is not the only conference heating up, though. We're down to the wire. Talk about some other conference races right now.
We have a lot of great conference races going on throughout the country. Actually, the Big East tournament already going right now. They're in the quarterfinals. Big Ten's heating up as well, with Ohio State and Penn State right at the top there, and a lot of other conferences going on as well. Stanford should win their conference in the Pac-10. They're number 1 in the country right now. It should be battling out with UCLA, and then we have a couple other ones out there. UCF, 9th straight win they had the other night, and they've also won a conference title for Conference USA.
All right, we will see Stanford when we go now to the NSCAA Top 25. As the Stanford Cardinal, they are undefeated. I don't know if anyone's going to beat them.
I don't think so either. They have come away with victory after victory. They have tied the longest unbeaten streak in school history, 18-0, 7-0 in the conference this season.
On Friday night, as part of our package, UCLA beat USC.
What a great matchup. Number 3 against number 18, a Pac-10 battle, and it's like that every single season.
North Carolina not the only ACC team to lose. Number 4, Florida State lost to Virginia.
Number 4, Florida State, the Seminoles, they did lose to Virginia, but with a win today over Virginia Tech, over the Hokies, they would still claim the ACC title.
All right, flip the chart. As you do, you remember number 10, Florida. What did they do?
Well, Florida, they beat number 13, South Carolina, 3-0. That was a big win for them. With that win, they claim the 4th straight SEC title, 10th straight SEC title in the history of the school program.
All right, sticking with the ACC, Virginia Tech, remember, they're one of 3 teams that beat Carolina. They had another big win.
They had a tight, close game against Miami. They came out with the win. They scored with 8 seconds left to win that game.
And number 16, LSU, back in the play.
Not a bad game for LSU, beating Arkansas 4-1. They're 16th in the country right now. LSU is now the number 2 seed in the SEC tournament.
And how about Brigham Young?
Brigham Young, always at the top of the charts. They are number 19 right now. They beat Wyoming, and they secured a Mountain West Conference regular season title.
All right, when we flip the chart, you played in the Big Ten, and Penn State with a big game against Indiana.
What a great conference, a very physical conference in the Big Ten. Number 25, Penn State, goes on the road and beats number 23, Indiana. That is a very tough place to play this year in Bloomington.
All right, let's take a look now at the NSCAA Player of the Week.
And we have the NSCAA Player of the Week right now is Ella Steffen, the sophomore defender from FSU. 2 home wins this week versus UNC and NC State. That is just the 2nd win ever over the Tar Heels in the program history. That last win coming in 2000, and that is your NSCAA Women's Player of the Week.
A goal by Michelle Enyart in about the 2nd minute of the game held up as the Portland Pilots knocked off the Santa Clara Broncos by a score of 1-0, and they will most likely win the West Coast Conference. Dean Linke again with Kendra D. St. Alban, and Michelle Enyart delivered a goal, but really Sophie Schmidt made it happen.
Sophie Schmidt just had an amazing shot about 40 yards out, just rifles it in there, great save, and Michelle Enyart gets on the end of it.
All right, Portland now with 17 wins, are the number 2 team in the country. Do they have the team that could win a championship in College Station?
I absolutely think so. They are averaging over 4 goals a game. That's number 1 in the country for goal scoring. I mean, they know how to find the back of the net.
And then how about Jerry Smith's Santa Clara Broncos? They finally have all their players back from injury. I don't know if they're quite there yet, but they're closer, right?
You know, I think they're still going through some injuries as well, as we saw from their roster today. They only have 2 conference losses, a major improvement from last season when they had those 5 medical red shirts.
But they did take the loss. Let's roll to the highlights so you can see how Portland was able to come out here with a 1-0 win.
Of course, here's the goal that we were talking about, that shot by Sophie Schmidt. Michelle Enyard follows it up with a diving header, puts that one in the back of the net. Great save by Lehman, but it was that second opportunity. And then Danielle Foxhoven, what a dead ball just outside the box, hits the post and cleared out by Santa Clara. And then in the first half, we still had a little bit of pressure there from Santa Clara. Anessa Patton gets on the end of that one. And then a scramble in the middle here. And another great opportunity by Danielle Foxhoven. Tries to place it in the net. Unable to get that one in the back of the net.
She was denied. She was looking for her 22nd goal, didn't get one.
No, not able to score today, but of course Santa Clara had a couple more opportunities in the second half. A great save out there by Davis. That one knocked over the back of the post by Clyde. She was a sub. She came on with a foot injury. And then some more opportunities for Santa Clara in the last minutes of the game, and just not able to put in the equalizer today.
And that gives Portland the win. The Women's College Soccer Review has been presented by the National Soccer Coaches Association of America. The 2010 NSCAA Convention will be held in Philadelphia January 13 through 17. The convention features clinics from some of the world's leading soccer instructors. For more information on the 2010 NSCAA Convention, visit nscaa.com.